Hey there, welcome back today to my page. Thank you for joining me on my page today. Hoping that you subscribed for other uploads. Today we're going to be running through page 9. Alright, we're going to be running through page 9 very quickly. We last stopped on page 8 with the other video before this one. Let's go run through it quickly. Right, I stopped there on page 8 where it says I'll float. Right, I'm going to read further there, then I'm going to carry on to the next page. Right, hulle float gewoonlik deur lewensoriëntering want meneer Brewer doen nie veel moeite om hulle oor die lewe te oriënteer nie. Right, they say they float usually through the period because life orientation, because Mr. Brewer there doesn't usually put in all the effort to orientate them on life, on things of life, right? Dis gewoonlik 'n nonsense pratery, right? Dis gewoonlik 'n nonsense pratery. So basically you get to Mr. Brewer's class for life orientation and you normally just start talking other nonsense rather than life orientation. Of hulle kry kans om huiswerk te doen, or they get a chance to do other subjects homework. Vir Engels sien sy kans. For Engels sien sy kans, right? She still sees some chance for English there, right? To do English, right? Maar meneer Brewer het onverwags 'n gewete, right? So here, for Engels sien sy kans, so here she still wanted to do some work for English in the life orientation lesson. Unfortunately, maar meneer Brewer het onverwags 'n gewete, right? Unexpectedly, he had something to say there, right? Gewete, he had a conscience, right? So he unexpectedly wanted to do some work, actual life orientation work in class. Then he says, class, die tyd raak min. So right, time is getting less there. The time is running out. Een van die dae moet julle die groot mens wêreld pak. One of these days, the groot mens wêreld, one of these days you guys are going to be in the what? In the real world, the grown up world, groot mens wêreld. Right? Hoeveel van julle weet al wat julle volgende jaar gaan doen? How many of you know already what you're going to do next year? Right? Hier en daar steek iemand lusteloos 'n hand in die lug. So here and there, some of them, they actually raise their hands, right? They don't really feel like it, lusteloos, but here and there, some actually raise their hands as he says that, right? Right, there. Nou goed, ons gaan die volgende paar periodes iets aan die saak doen, sê hy beslis. Okay, good. So for the next few periods, we're going to do something about that, right? Hy deel vir elkeen 'n vormpie uit, then he hands out a form to everyone. Daarop moet hulle name invul en watter beroep hulle eendag wil beoefen, right? So on that form that he hands out, they have to fill in their names and then also the career that they actually want to pursue, right? Beoefen, the career that they want to pursue, right? Jy moet iets invul. So here he says, jy moet, there's emphasis there, can you see there? There's emphasis there. So he says, you must fill in something. You must fill in something, so which means you cannot give the form blank, right? Al weet jy nog nie wat nie. So even if you don't know what you're going to do next year after school, then you still fill in the form, right? Skryf iets waarin jy belangstel. So write something that you're actually interested in, right? Lien skryf byna outomaties prokureer op haar vormpie. Lien skryf byna outomaties, almost automatically she writes in lawyer, right? Almost automatically Lien writes in lawyer on the form, right? Op haar vormpie. Sy kyk verbaas na wat sy geskryf het. Then she looks at the word that she wrote, lawyer, right? Prokureer. Can you see there? It's singled out there. So which means there's emphasis on what she is looking at, what she wrote, right? She's rethinking this whole thing. Then she says, dit klink vir haar skielik. Suddenly, it sounds better to write brandweerman, fireman, of ruimtevaarder, of speurder, or astronaut, or investigator, right? Or inspector, right? Suddenly, she looks at the word that she wrote, lawyer, and then she rethinks this whole lawyer thing, and then suddenly, it seems like being a fireman, an astronaut, or a investigator would be a better plan, right? Prokureur was al die jare die plan gewees, maar al die jare is lankal verby, right? So here it says prokureur was al die jare die plan gewees, right? So all of these years she always wanted to be what? A lawyer, right? But now suddenly the plan has changed, right? So maar al die jare is lankal verby. So all those years that she was thinking about becoming a lawyer, that has passed. She no longer wants to, she's no longer interested in becoming one, right? Sy oorweeg dit om die woord dood te krap en iets soos tuiste skepper of sakkiepakker by Checkers te skryf, right? So sy oorweeg, she now thinks that dood te krap, to cancel out the word lawyer, right? So she thinks about scratching out the word lawyer and rather write something like a housewife, a tuiste skepper, or a sakkiepakker by Checkers, a packer. After you paid for your goods, the person that is busy with your packet and puts your grocery in the packet and then in the trolley, right? A sakkiepakker by Checkers. And then she doubts. Sy twyfel of meneer Brewer sal dink dis snaaks. Then she doubts that Mr. Brewer will think that she's funny. Why? Because she's thinking of writing what? Housewife or packer. Just a normal packer at the shop right there. Like she has no grade 12, right? Sy wil eintlik wegskryf. She actually wants to write what? Disappear. Right? Hoe kry 'n mens wegreg? How do you get it right to what? To disappear. Sy kan dalk 'n paar prentjies en patroontjies op die papiertjies se rand teken. So maybe she can rather what? Draw a few, she can draw a few pictures or patterns on the paper, right? On the edge of the paper there, like soos die deelnemers aan the weakest link mark, right? Normally that game show, the weakest link, where they ask them questions and then they have this piece of paper that they fill in the answer, right? So she's thinking that normally those people, they draw some pictures and stuff like that, and then she's thinking maybe she must do that, just put the word there and then start drawing some pictures there and making some patterns and stuff to make it look nice, right? Hy kan dalk 'n universiteit of college aanbeveel wat die fynere, hy kan dalk 'n universiteit of 'n college aanbeveel waar jy die fynere kunsies van wegwees kan bemeester, right? So here she says maybe if she draws that pictures and patterns there and then on the form there, maybe he can what is this, maybe he can tell her to which university or college she can go, aanbeveel there. Then maybe she will learn the finer arts of what? Becoming what? Wegwees, to disappear. The finer art of disappearing. So she's thinking that she's going to write that and then make those patterns and things. So in this section here, she's what? Humoristic. Says humoristic. So there's a bit of humor, that she's sarcasm or whatever she's using there, right? She's being humoristic there. Right, some humor there. So they're actually not taking the form very seriously as well. So pak jy, and then here where it says so pak jy jou tas. This here now is basically, remember she's saying that someone can, Mr. Brewer can maybe send it to the university or the college, and then at the college there, as the lesson would go to for disappearing, for improving your art of disappearing there. Then they would be saying this is how you pack your bag, and there you put your passport, and there you don't drink water, and there you eat this and that, you don't eat of this, you eat of that, and so kyk jy nooit weer terug nie. And this is how you never look back, right? So this whole part here, this is where she's actually trying to say that in this university that she's studying at, to disappear, this is the tips that they give there. So there, that section there, that's actually some tips that they will be giving, you know, for you to disappear. Sy bly prokureer. Sy bly by prokureer, whatever. Then she decides, let me just write what? Lawyer. And then she says, whatever. Right. Meneer Brewer samel die vormpies in en gaan sit by sy tafel en sorteer dit in verskillende hoopies. Then Mr. Brewer, he takes in all the forms, and then he sorts it out, and then he goes puts it on his table there in different stacks there. Die doel daarmee is toch duister. Right? Let's say what? Die doel daarmee is toch duister vir die klas wat rusteloos en verveeld rondskryf. The reason for the forms is still unclear. It's duister. It's very unclear to the whole class, that is now restlessly irritated, right, and starts basically shifting around in class, right? Mr. Brewer never works in his class, so at the end of the day here he suddenly comes and gives them forms to fill in. Then he tells them that they need to be writing down something that they want to be actually wanting to teach, and then they're very irritated with this whole situation because suddenly out of the blue he comes to disturb their free time, right? So then here it says hy staan uiteindelik op en skuif sy bril reg. Then he finally stands up, and then he puts his what is this, his glasses proper on his face. Duidelik opgewonde oor sy aandeel daaraan om 'n verskil. Duidelik opgewonde oor sy aandeel daaraan om 'n verskil aan die lewens van die soekende siele voor hom te maak. Right, so here he actually feels a bit proud of himself that he actually made his share. He actually put his share in the changing, right, or having an effect on the lives, right? Verskil aan die lewens van die soekende siele. Soekende siele, this is the people that's still longing for stuff, right? So he actually feels proud that he now, at least with these forms, he has something to do with whatever they decided to be in the future, right? Ek gaan julle in groepies verdeel na aanleiding van julle belangstellinge, right? So he says he's going to divide them into groups according to their interests, right? Thank you very much for joining me for page 9. Check out my next video. Please remember to subscribe. We're going to be doing page 10. Please remember to subscribe, tell a friend, and then subscribe, okay? Look for me on YouTube and tell a friend. Thank you very much.